Hi, welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're talking with nonprofits in your community who are doing good things to make your world a better place. We're going to start out tonight talking with Ethos Music Center. And with us tonight from Ethos is Scott Moore, who is the board chair. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on. It's wonderful to be here.
Good, I'm so glad you're here. Ethos Music Center has been around for a while.
15 years.
15 years, that's great. And you started out small and have gotten quite a bit bigger. Why don't you give us a little bit of the history of how it all started and where you've gone from there?
Sure. So Ethos Music Center started off with a very simple mission, and that is to provide music education, to make sure that music education is available to all kids, regardless of their socioeconomic status, regardless of their geographical access to music education. And originally we started off really centered in North and Northeast Portland. Right. And that's still where we're headquartered.
Kind of by Jefferson High School, isn't that right in
not
that
far,
area?
Yeah, not far from Jefferson.
Right in that area.
Yeah, we're right at Killingsworth and Vancouver is where our headquarters is. And 15 years ago when we started, that really was kind of the center for need.
It was a very underserved area.
It very much was, and in a lot of ways, it still is.
Mm-hmm.
And so we set up shop there to provide music education to kids in the neighborhood, but also to kids all throughout the Portland region.
Okay. And
started off, as you said, pretty humbly, but clearly we had tapped into a really big need. As you and your viewers know, music education has been largely cut from schools. It's
all the extras have been cut.
They're now considered extras. When we were kids, that was actually part of the core curriculum.
Yeah, music, you had art, you had
exactly
sports,
right.
Yes.
Because that is part of. I think we all understand that creating well-rounded kids and a well-rounded community requires all of those things. It's not just math and English and science and history. It's also all of the other things that teach kids how to forge new relationships with their peers and the world around them. And that's what music and art does. And unfortunately, that's not being offered in public schools in most cases. So we were able to provide that for the community. And since that humble beginning, we've been able to branch out. So that we're doing, we do lessons in-house at our headquarters. We do individual and group lessons. And we also do, it's on a sliding scale.
Okay.
So, and it's based off of the eligibility for free and reduced lunch.
So if a child is eligible for free or reduced lunch, they can be on that sliding scale,
exactly
the lower end or wherever they fit in. Okay.
Yeah. And so that way we make sure that we can provide opportunities.
So what about those kids who are fortunate enough to come from a family that can afford to pay for the lessons? Do they pay for them, and then does that help?
Yeah. They pay full price for them, and it's still a really great value because the instructors at Ethos are the best in town.
Top notch.
Yeah, they're absolutely top notch. I'm amazed every time I get to spend time at headquarters.
Where do they come from? Are these?
Many of them, they come from classical training backgrounds. They are all accomplished musicians and accomplished instructors as well. They really know how to connect with, not just with the students, but also with the families and the communities that make up Ethos.
Right.
It's really great. I get to, I don't get to hang out at the headquarters all day long, but when I do get to go, sometimes I just like to sit in the lobby and watch
the interactions.
Watch the families as they come in, and how they interact with the instructors and the rest of the community. It's really, really, really wonderful. So we have that, and that's really still the center of our operations. But we've also been able to branch out, because it's not enough just to have a headquarters where people come to you.
Right.
You actually, being an organization like ours, we have to go out into the community.
Some community outreach there.
We do outreach, and so we do that in a couple of different ways. One of them is through our Music Corps program, which puts instructors out into schools around the region. And we're I think for this current school year, we're in 18 schools.
Wow.
in the metro region.
So does that change then periodically? How does that work?
It does. It's based on need,
Okay.
and it's based on need and interest. And so, if there are people watching this who are interested in setting up an after-school program in their school, they can contact us. They can just go to ethos.org.
Oh, great.
And find the way to contact us, just right there on the screen, and we'd be happy to talk to them about making
Let them
something
know what's
happen in their
involved in
community.
doing that.
Yeah.
Good.
But it's really important, because this is filling that void that's left by the disappearance of
All the
music
budget
education.
cuts. Yeah.
So we do that for the Portland region, but we also have our rural outreach program, where we partner with the Federal AmeriCorps program.
Great
And we put-
organization.
It's wonderful. It's provided us with the opportunities to do things we could not do without them, which is to put instructors, these are volunteer AmeriCorps members, out into communities where they don't have any music.
So
music
give me an
education
example.
at all.
What areas?
The Warm Springs Indian Reservation,
wow.
for instance. Other places we're at. I think presently we're in about 10 locations
Kind of
throughout
like
the state.
Eastern, Central Oregon, Southern Oregon, places like that?
Yeah, there's some of my favorite ones are sort of in Central and Eastern Oregon, but we're in Fossil and Condon and Warm Springs, as
The
I
big
mentioned.
ones, yeah. Fossil and Condon, love it.
And it's wonderful
That's
because
great.
and
I bet they're receptive as can be to that.
they love it, because I mean, the civic leaders love it, families who are out there love it, because we're able to provide something that they might not be able to afford
Sure.
as a community on their own. And we tailor it for the community. In some instances, it's short-term residencies that where we can help show teachers how to incorporate music
really?
into their curriculum.
And then they can carry it on.
Yep. Sometimes it's long-term, year-long residencies.
And the AmeriCorps, they actually live in those communities during that time, right?
Yeah. The term is they're embedded. in
Embedded,
those
there you go.
communities.
I've heard that, yeah. That's great. What a great way to do that, though, and to bring that to other communities. That's something I wasn't aware of before with Ethos.
Yeah.
You have some pictures that you brought from
Yeah.
of some of your kids and doing their work. What is this one? What are we looking at here?
Here we've got a one-on-one percussion lesson that's happening at our headquarters. And these scenes are repeated all throughout all of
Big
our
grins.
instruction days. Yeah, it's actually really great to see. This young man who was playing guitar was one of the featured performers at our recent gala.
Really?
We had our anniversary gala, and he's wonderful. He
looks so
really
intense.
he is, and he really just absolutely shredded on guitar.
Really?
He's
He
such
looks so
a
young.
wonderfully talented. I know he is quite young, but he's already very tuned into the guitar. So we offer the classes we offer range from strings, piano, guitar, rock band, percussion, voice. It really, spans the whole range. And when you walk into the headquarters, you won't see. It's hard to see faces that aren't smiling.
Really?
Because they really are. They're absolutely filled with the life-changing power of music education. As I mentioned, we do, in addition to the one-on-one lessons, we also do group lessons. And for a lot of families, that's the best way for them to learn, or it can be the most affordable as well.
Sure.
They're still getting a great education at really a great price. And in addition to providing the instruction and education to kids, we also provide a lot of performance opportunities.
I was gonna say this looks like a performance here.
Yeah.
Where is this? Do you
This
know?
is actually at the it's now the Sentinel Hotel in downtown Portland. This is actually at the Ethos Gala, which featured student performers throughout the entire evening and blew everyone away. It was really
What better way to show people that are maybe perhaps wanting to donate what they're getting for their money?
Like here,
check this
this
out.
is what they get.
I love it. We are rock stars here, huh?
Oh yeah, I've seen, I've got to witness kids come in not knowing really anything about music and be transformed from, oftentimes somewhat, they're shy, somewhat timid, into really, you see them change completely when they get on stage and they have the instrument in front of them.
Can you tell me about anybody in particular? You remember any child or?
Yeah, there's a young woman by the name of Kata, and she is. She's a vocalist, and I've gotten to watch her play probably 3 times now at different events. Her mom has since she started, has become very involved in the Ethos community, and they've got a story. They've struggled economically, like very many families have, in the last several years, and what Kata's mom has told us is that Ethos has provided something that they wouldn't be able to afford otherwise. She'd never be able to dream of being able to afford music education for her daughter. And Kata's a star. I mean, she's a natural born star, and I hate to think of what would happen if Ethos or a program like ours wasn't available for her to be able to really
express herself
and to nurture that part of her
and get to know herself too.
Exactly, and figure out what the world around her is like. So she's wonderful.
That's great.
And she's just one example.
It kills me when people they don't want the extras in the school because it costs so much. But besides the fact that it gives the kids so much, really, in my mind, it helps them with school as well. It's discipline. I remember my daughter took music lessons. Her math improved amazingly. There was a connection there between the math and the music, and it's pretty important part of kids' lives to be exposed to art of one kind or another, whether it be music or some fine arts or something else. Scott, you have. You do this all year long, obviously. Yeah. The summertime, you have some camps that come up too.
Yeah. So
tell me a little bit about
that. During the summer at our headquarters, we do every year we do summer camps. So we're about to embark starting on June 16th on 10 weeks of summer camps. They are
that's a lot.
They're each it's great and wonderful, and it's a lot of work, but it's one of the most important and most fun things we do all year. Each of the camps is a week long.
Okay.
They're all day. They run from 9 a.m. to 5. And the subjects range from, we have rock band camps where
very popular,
kids,
I'm sure.
Extremely popular. Yeah. And there's also a performance at the end of it as well. So kids come in, they learn how to be a band together over the course of a week.
Done in a week.
Yeah, you can do it in a week. You can. You absolutely can. But there's also, we've broken it out as well. There's percussion camps, there's piano, strings, voice, guitar, and then of course we provide performance opportunities so they can show off all the cool things that they're doing. And so all of the information about how to sign up is available at ethos.org.
Okay.
And I would recommend, if people are interested, they should get there fast because classes
They're
are filling
fill up fast. I bet that they do.
And it's a great way for kids to spend a week of their summer. In addition to the music education, we also have a lot of fun summer camp type activities that we get to do with kids. So
if they've never been part of the Ethos program, they could still come to the camps. They don't have to have already been a student or been part of it.
No, not at all.
And that might also whet their appetite to get involved in the year-round programs.
They can sort of expand their skill set. And of course, we're looking for volunteers too. So if you want,
that was my next question.
Yep.
So, and volunteers of any kind. I mean, do we have to have? If I wanted to volunteer there and I have absolutely no musical ability whatsoever,
totally fine.
You could find a place.
Yep. Yeah, we have for the summer camps, we have need for camp assistants to come help out. So that's come. You don't have to be an instructor. You're going to come
keep an eye on things and keep us in line and
help everyone have fun. And we just ask for commitment for a week. You can do more than a week if you want,
Super.
but we want people there. And,
Yeah,
and
if you have a vacation coming up, you don't know what to do with it, here you go. That'll be a fun and
Exactly.
rewarding way to spend your vacation.
You'll never forget it.
That would be great. Super. Well, we're already out of time, so thank you so much, Scott.
Thanks for having me.
You got a lot covered there in a short amount of time. Ethos is a great organization. I hope if you are interested, if you have a kid that maybe needs a little direction and they need to find out something about themselves, this might be a great place to start. So check out their summer camps, check out their website. They're there for you all year long. So thanks for watching this first episode of Community Hotline. We'll be right back in a few more minutes with more.